Hey guys, today we're going to go through a full setup process of the designated puller. We're out in the rice fields, it's shallow water. We're going to go through all the steps of putting the jerk rigs out, and I'm going to show you how it works. But first thing we'll do is we'll find the angle where we're going to set it up, and we'll stomp the stake so we've got a good, firm, solid foundation, because when the DP's pulling, you don't want it to be wobbly and moving. Then we're going to adjust our pull arm. Most of the time I run mine about 3/4 down, but you can run it all the way down for full 2-foot pulls, or you can run it up with 6-inch twitches. Now we're going to look at our water depth, because we want our line to be right with the water. We don't want it to be up above the water, because it'll create a flash where the line comes out of the water. So we're going to come to the main frame, and we're going to loosen the knob off, and we're going to lower the unit down where that bolt and clip and pull arm is just above the water, so it'll keep that jerk rig nice and down in the water, so the ducks are out focusing on the motion. Now we're going to take our battery box. We've already got everything plugged up in the box. We're going to take it, put it on the rack. If you're out in a field situation and you feel like you want to put some cover on top of the DP, you can always just snag a little grass, rice stubble, anything that might be laying around, just because it'll just break up the unit and kind of just make it to where it doesn't stand out. Pull the strap to where everything's tight, secure, and then with the bullet connector we'll easily just plug into the unit. Now let's move to the field and show you how we set up the jerk rigs. All right guys, we're out here in a shallow water setup that's out in a rice field, and we've got our unit set back on the levee because that's where our blind is, and I've got my jerk rig in my hand. I run a 10-pound mushroom weight just because when I set it, it's not going to move. It's going to stay in place with the dog running through it. And it helps you easily be able to set your tension. But I'm going to drop my weight, and then I'm going to run my cord back to the unit, just like you normally would with a normal jerk rig. All right, with this jerk rig, there's swivels every 10 feet on this rig, so depending on how much line you put out, we're going to have some excess because we're not running our spread more than about 50 foot out. But what you'll do is you'll find that closest swivel, we'll bring it back to the DP. Right now we've got a little tension on it, but we'll adjust that later when we get decoys on the line. But we're going to clip into that swivel. We're clipped into the DP and the pull arm. We've got a little slack in our line, so we're going to have to go back in the field and adjust that. But now we're going to grab our decoys and attach them to the line. All right guys, now we've got our jerk line and we're out in the field, and we're going to attach our decoys to the jerk line. It's super simple with this lifetime system. You can clip your decoys anywhere along the main line. You just clip it and drop it. And we'll go to the next decoy. Kind of skip however many feet that you'd like and clip on another decoy. It's as simple as that. If you buy this jerk rig from us, it'll come with 6 decoy drops. You'll take one of those drops and you'll put it on the bolt arm of the DP. All right guys, first thing in the morning when you turn your DP on, you want your speed controller turned all the way up. We want full power on the jerk line, because that's how we're going to try to get our tension set as close as possible. We're going to use the speed controller for subtle adjustments to take the popping out of the decoys. So we'll come back to our unit and we'll turn it on, and then we're going to go out into the decoy spread and make some adjustments. All right guys, so we're back out into the decoy spread. Our motion looks pretty subtle, it looks pretty good, but I'm going to show you how to make some adjustments, whether you want it to be a lot more aggressive or you want it to be very subtle and just a little motion. So what I like to do when I have my decoys on the line, I like to go to the last decoy, and to keep my hands dry, I'll find that last decoy and I'll pick it up while the unit is running. I'll find the bungee and I'll walk back to the weight. Now I'll find the weight with my foot. I'll drop the line so I can see exactly what the unit's doing. If I want the motion to be more aggressive, I'll just get my foot and I'll kick that weight back. And it doesn't take much. It only takes a few inches to get those decoys really rocking. We want a lot of emotion. It's a big front day. we're creating a lot of motion. Now if we want to make it subtle, I'll put my foot on the back side of the weight and I'll slowly just move it back towards the unit. That's a little too much. It's as simple as that, guys. It's a simple setup. Super, super simple.